On your way to Ghana, boy, oh boy, you stressed out, tired? God, you're going to be resting. Okay, then let me recommend to you JN Mobile Spa in Accra, Ghana. Oh boy, JN Mobile Spa, they provide organic care in massage. Are you stressed? Do you need rejuvenated, etc.? For your facials, maybe exfoliating, firming, and lifting? Then contact JN Spa on 00233 244 941 002 or 00233 2006 06386, and they will be right there on time. JN Mobile Spa, your health and beauty needs at your doorstep.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Starr, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse. Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Pram, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Pram Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Getting onto the property ladder has never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour show on Starr Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agents, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour show is your best source into the property industry.
Tune in to On Point here on Starr Radio UK with Empress Regina every Monday at 5 p.m. GMT. Looking forward to your company.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Starr, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse. Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Pram, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Pram Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Getting onto the property ladder has never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour show on Starr Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agents, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour show is your best source into the property industry.
Tune in to On Point here on Starr Radio UK with Empress Regina every Monday at 5 p.m. GMT. Looking forward to your company.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse. Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Prampram, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Prampram Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Getting onto the property ladder has never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour show on Starr Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agents, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour show is your best source into the property industry.
Tune in to On Point here on Starr Radio UK with Empress Regina every Monday at 5 p.m. GMT. Looking forward to your company.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse. Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Prampram, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Prampram Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Getting onto the property ladder has never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour show on Starr Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agents, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour show is your best source into the property industry.
Tune in to On Point here on Star Radio UK with Empress Regina every Monday at 5 p.m. GMT. Looking forward to your company.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for star, R for radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse. Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Prampram, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Prampram Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Getting onto the property ladder has never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour show on Starr Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agents, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour show is your best source into the property industry.
Hey, beautiful people. I'm May Queen, and something powerful is landing on the 1st of March 2026. The Make You Lounge, where faith meets vibe, where culture meets conversation, and where creativity meets purpose. Broadcasting live from London with strong diaspora root from the Make You Lounge every Sunday, 7 p.m. on Star Radio UK. This isn't just a radio show, it is a movement. So lock it in, tell a friend, pull up to the lounge, because in the May Queen Lounge, we build legacy while we vibe. See you Sunday at 7 p.m.
Hi! I am recording from the beautiful country of Ghana. I'm staying at the Oceanic Resort here in Accra, Ghana, where I am topping up my vitamin D and feeling so energized and vibrant. As you can see, the lovely sea behind me and the sand. I've also brought my products with me, which also helps to energize me. I brought my P84, my Fighter Power X, and the new kid on the block, my Protandem. If you would like to hear more or learn more about these wonderful products that I'm taking, you can either inbox me or click on the link below. Thank you for listening. My health is definitely my wealth. Thank you.
The best radio show
all around the world. Broadcasting live online. In your car,
at work,
at home,
on your smartphone.
This is Starr Radio UK.
Are you ready to turn it up?
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Birds flying high, you know how I feel. Sun in the sky, you know how I feel. Breeze drifting on by, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me. And I'm feeling good. Hey there, this is Archie, and it is Starr Radio UK and the morning show.
Broadcasting worldwide, online 24/7.
Enlighten your day with Starr Radio. Starr Radio. Radio for the people, by the people.
Welcome.
Hey, beautiful people. I'm May Queen, and something powerful is landing on the 1st of March 2026. The Make You Lounge, where faith meets vibe, where culture meets conversation, and where creativity meets purpose. Broadcasting live from London with strong diaspora root from the Make You Lounge every Sunday, 7 p.m. on Starr Radio UK. This isn't just a radio show, it is a movement. So lock it in, tell a friend, pull up to the lounge, because in the May Queen Lounge, we build legacy while we vibe. See you Sunday at 7 p.m.
You are listening to Starr Radio Morning Show.
All right, let me say massive good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good dawn to you, wherever you might be on the earth or the planet, wherever you might be. This morning, it's a pleasure coming your way. Every time that we come your way on the Starr Radio UK programs that we bring your way each day, and it is another opportunity to bring you everything from archaeology to zoology, from Accra to Zanzibar. As we say, if it's making the headlines, be rest assured we're going to be bringing that your way. But let me say good morning to each and every one of you, and welcome you to the Wednesday, the 1st of April, the year 2026, and it's going to be a fantastic one. It's going to be a fantastic one. And I promise you one thing for sure, that I will let you be part of the party, right? Yeah. Okay. So from now to 12 o'clock, when we bring the program to a close, we're going to be looking at a few things pertaining to what needs to be done whilst we're going to this Easter, all the crisis and financial bit that is going on. And God willing, we'll be able to share all that with you. So wherever you are, don't touch the dial. Okay. Just bear with me. All right then. So now let's move on. Let's move on straight on to the program outline. I'm going to bring you the code for the day, the weather forecast will follow suit, then the travel app. They will move on from there to have a look at some of the stories making the rounds across the globe. That is known as Global Trotting. Then we continue from there, and then we open the lines at 11:45 for you to add your voice to the discussions. Then after which we bring the curtains down for the end of the program. So wherever and whatever you are doing, don't touch the dial at all. Continue to stay tuned and enjoy the program. And let me say good morning to my able producer, Mr. Francis Guy. Good morning to Achakofi. How are you doing? Hope you are preparing yourself for the Easter. I know Ghana, somebody would say you chop Easter properly. Not here. But we're also going to have in our Easter celebrations here, going to church and all that. Yeah. It's all been lined up nicely, commemorating the death and resurrection of our Savior and Lord Jesus Christ. Good. Good morning to Niana Najo, the chief of Ashaman. We hope you are doing very well. And to all the inhabitants of Ashaman, I salute you. Delta, good morning. Pat Walali Hammond, good morning. I hope you are doing very, very well. To Eben in Cape Town, South Africa, to Antonio in South Africa as well, Tosino in Moscow, Anthony Adedeji in the US, and all you people listening to us from every facet of this world, we salute you. And let me also say good morning to all presenters on Star Radio UK, Mr. Olaimi Koiki, Mr. Frank David, KB Botsman, and all you wonderful people there. We salute each and every one of you today. May Queen, good morning. Yes, that's the latest addition to the team. She brings you the Make You Lunch every Sunday, exactly at 7 p.m. So you make a date with her this Sunday where she's lined up some nice crew coming your way. But I will bring you details of it during the course of the program, or God willing, tomorrow. All right then. So now the first day of April 2026, and it says, in this computer age, one needs to have tremendous commitment to personal development in order to succeed. With the influx of AI and everything, you need personal commitment to develop yourself. If not, there's going to come a time where you'll be defunct, or let me say, your value will be lost. Because I go to places. The other time I was at what do you call that place? Oh, I've forgotten the name. That's where Boeing have their plants where they do all those big engines and Rolls-Royce engines and those at Boeing. Yeah. How come I've forgotten the name of the place? I mean, those of you in the UK, you know that place. Yeah, we were there. So I was looking at all those things, and I was looking at the fact that back in the day they had lots of human beings or workers in there who were doing most of the stuff, but now they've reduced their staff because they are using more machines to be working on stuff rather than human beings. So you put that into perspective, and you know that you have to up your game, you have to train yourself, you have to develop yourself. That's the right word to use, so that you will be essential at all times. But well, let's see, ladies and gentlemen, maybe you have a spin on it. What do you think about that? Yes, okay. All right, then. Atakovi says that he and they are ready for the Easter. That's good. Let me say good morning to my mom, Mrs. Vida Hammond, and Delta, my baby sister. Good morning to you and to all the Hammonds and their babies in Ghana. I salute you there. Now let's move on to other facets of the program, and that pertains to the weather front. Well, last night was a bit humid at first, then later on it turned. I wasn't sure exactly what was happening. It was a mixed bag thing there, but yeah, let me tell you what is happening in London and the southeastern part of England this morning. Well, this afternoon will turn largely cloudy with a chance of occasional light rain or drizzle. Now this evening we'll see cloud break up to reveal some clear intervals. Tonight it will turn overcast with some patches of light rain, but it will become dry with a few clear breaks redeveloping by dawn. The temperature is going to be 14 degrees. The lower is going to be 7 degrees. Pollen level high, UV level low, pollution low. Sunset 19:33, and sunrise for tomorrow morning is going to be at 06:37 hours. And this is Star Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Let's go to the travels as well. For those of you using the transports here in the UK front, let's bring you that. But if you are listening to us and maybe you want to share with us some traffic incidents or anything of the sort, feel free to do so as well. On the underground this morning, no issues there. London Overground, DLR, London Tramlink, they are all working perfectly. On the major roads in London, what can I tell you there? There are no exceptional delays anywhere because the schools are on break. So yeah, but the Woolwich Ferry on the river bars has got reduced service. That aside, all the others are running a good service, and as I said, on that one there is some upgrade works going on there. The London cable car is also running a good service, bringing us straight to the final segment of the travel update. That is the National Rail. On the National Rail this morning, Avanti West Coast, Northern Rail, Transparent Express, Transport for Wales are all offering special service. That aside, all the others are running a good service, and I will say it as I normally would. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good dawn to you wherever you might be on planet Earth. Enjoy your commute for today. But you know what? Continue to keep those eyes where? On the roads. Let's take a quick break. We come back and we continue with the show. Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London.
Hey, beautiful people. I'm May Queen, and something powerful is landing on the 1st of March 2026. The Make You Lounge, where faith meets vibe, where culture meets conversation, and where creativity meets purpose. Broadcasting live from London with strong diaspora root from the Make You Lounge every Sunday, 7 p.m. on Starr Radio UK. This isn't just a radio show, it is a movement. So lock it in, tell a friend, pull up to the lounge, because in the May Queen Lounge, we build legacy while we vibe. See you Sunday at 7 p.m.
I am recording from the beautiful country of Ghana. I'm staying at the Oceanic Resort here in Accra, Ghana, where I am topping up my vitamin D and feeling so energized and vibrant. As you can see, the lovely sea behind me and the sand. I've also brought my products with me, which also helps to energize me. I brought my P84, my Vitapower X, and the new kid on the block, my Protandem. If you would like to hear more or learn more about these wonderful products that I'm taking, you can either inbox me or click on the link below. Thank you for listening. My health is definitely my wealth. Thank you.
This is Starr Radio UK.
In your car,
At work,
at home.
on your smartphone.
Archie on Starr Radio. Nobody does it better.
Welcome back to the program. This is Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London, bringing the time now to exactly 28 minutes past 11. And boy, how fast the time flies when you are having fun. But this morning, don't you worry, we're going to be having loads of that. Yes, loads of fun from there. So we're going to be going global trotting. But for now, just hold on as we pursue the stories making the rounds this morning. With a crisis that is going on in the Middle East, that's between Russia, Iran, America, and Israel, well, it's affecting energy bills. And when energy bills are affected, it affects foodstuff, everything. And that pushes interest rates up because people are going to be spending more of their money to be buying whatever things that they need. Well, energy bill help will be based on household income. That's what Rips, the Chancellor, is saying. He said it's too early to say exactly who will get help, but hinted any support will not arrive until the autumn. Yeah. All right then. And then estate agents accuse Right Move of charging excessive fees. Well. And then some other stories making the rounds. Weight loss jobs will be offered on NHS for people at risk of further heart attacks. I want to say that's a good one there, but what do you think about all that? Ladies and gentlemen, Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. In other stories making the rounds, Hexet calls on US allies to step up over Strait of Hormuz. Well, I'll leave my comment for the moment because I'm going to come back and break it down. Now, the Defense Secretary's comments came after U.S. President Donald Trump told other nations to go get your own oil. Well, I'll be telling you more about that. A million things could go wrong. Why seizing Iran's uranium will be so risky for the U.S.? They are thinking of doing so. But it could, a million things, they're saying a million things could go wrong. Interestingly as well, while all this is going on, a judge has temporarily halted construction of Trump's White House ballroom after he demolished that bit. So he wants the biggest ballroom in the whole wide world. The question is he going to be living there forever? Is he going, after his tenure is over, he's in his second year, right? So another 2 years, then he's out. What is he going to do? Why is it? Well, maybe he wants to make a name, which is good, right? Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, Starr Radio UK. In the Latin American area as well, at least 16 people have been killed and 1,000 displaced by gang attacks in rural Haiti. The attack happened in Atibonite region, where members of the Grand Grif gang have targeted locals in the past. Where a judge has ruled unlawful terminated legal status of migrants who use U.S. entry app. Okay, we'll continue. And the Russia oil tanker that was on the way to Cuba has docked, ending near total blockade. So we'll see more about that as we go on. In Europe as well, Russian military plane crash kills 29 in occupied Crimea. Russian authorities say a technical malfunction caused the AN-26 to crash into a cliff. Well, and 29 people have lost their life. We'll tell you more about that. Zelensky says allies asked him to scale back attacks on Russia, which we did touch on yesterday as well. It's all coming your way from Starr Radio UK. Before we go to the Middle East, in China, Asia, China is trying to play peacemaker in the Iran war. Will it work? That's the question. Of course, it can. All right then. And Asia migrant workers debate if Gulf jobs are worth deadly risk of Iran's war. So are they going to be getting back to their countries to say, well, it's better to be alive than to be dead with money in your hands? Okay. Now, billions plus people, 3 million officials, 33 questions. India begins huge census. Huge. Okay. Now, one final story from there before we go to other parts of the world. Divorced couples in Japan can now share custody of their children. That is one of the stories making the rounds there. What do you think? Ladies and gentlemen, Starr Radio UK, still in Asia. Oil briefly falls below $100 per barrel and shares jump on Trump-Iran war pledge. What was the pledge? We're going to be telling you more about that. Stanford University wins battle to keep diaries of Mao Zedong's secretary. Okay. Let's see how it all pans out later on. If it's unless of course it was a gift, but we'll tell you more about that. So wherever you are, don't even think of touching the dial. Now in the Middle East, where now everything's centered on Trump, says he's considering leaving NATO, as Starmer says UK will host talks on Strait of Hormuz. Now the UK will host a multinational meeting this week on securing safe passage through the strait after Trump told countries on Tuesday to get your own oil. Now, the other question that I'm asking is, do the North Sea, where the UK has got its own oil wells and gas fields and stuff like that, why are we not using those ones? And we say, environmental. I will come to that in a moment, right? Okay. U.S. journalist Shirley Kittleson kidnapped in Baghdad. Okay. And "You're no longer my sister." Rows erupt as war divides Iranian families. Oh boy. And Iran using children in security roles in war, reports and witnesses are saying. Peacekeepers killed by roadside explosion in Lebanon. Initial report finds. Okay. So I'll be telling you more about all that as the program goes on. It's coming your way from Starr Radio, okay? On the African front, Senegal president signs tough new anti-LGBT law doubling jail terms. And then Nigeria wants its citizens in South Africa to be cautious after March turns violent. And more than 70 miners killed in South Sudan as government and opposition trade blame. Who killed who? 48-hour curfew imposed after attack on a bar in Nigerian city. And we'll be telling you more about all that as the program goes on. Starr Radio UK. In other stories as well. Wow. That is not a pothole. But a South African politician has taken a dip in the pothole to show city management failures. If you can take a dip in the pothole, that is not a pothole. That is a lake. And I can see the picture. It's quite an interesting one. Now, South Africans react as fuel prices surge despite tax relief. Now, there's a lot more coming your way. And Senegal doubles prison sentence for for same-sex people, coming away from Starr Radio UK. In other stories on the Nigerian front as well, we know who they are. U.S. Senator reveals Nigerian officials behind Christian killings. That is scary. Well, but Nigerian embassy has apologized over alleged Igbo king coronation. And we're going to be bringing those stories your way as we continue with the program. Why are they apologizing now? Ladies and gentlemen, this is Starr Radio UK, and this is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Okay, in Ghana as well, what have I got news for you? Yes, I do. Now, 8 people suspected of highway robberies have been arrested in Ashanti North. The police operation has said 4 killed, 3 rescued in accident on Bupe Tamale Highway. The NPA 24-hour economy authority partner to boost fuel sector operation, and GPRTU to hold emergency meeting over possible fare increment amid fuel price hikes. What can the government do about that? Are we still refining, shipping our crude oil outside the country and buying finished products back and then storing it in our where we're supposed to have our refinery? Is it that going on tour as well? Well, ASEP urges incentives for private fuel storage as prices surge in Ghana. Okay, we'll be telling you more about all that as the program goes on. It's all coming away from Starr Radio UK. Before we take a break and come back and go into the nitty-gritty of all that is happening there. J.J. Rollins did not die of COVID-19. Dr. Nyahota Maklo is saying, what is he talking about? What is he talking about? If he didn't die of COVID-19, what actually killed him? Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is Starr Radio UK, and this is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Bury absenteeism, lateness with Christ. Bible tells MPs. Oh boy! So those are the pinnacle of what society, who are supposed to go and gather at a particular time to be able to think they are the legislators, come up with policies and doing all stuff, are alleged to have been wallowing, being late, and being absent. Well, but are they being paid for that? Well. And how is that impacting the operation or the work of the what do we call it? Parliament or the legislature there. We're going to be telling you more about all that. But for now, we're going to go on a break. And once we come back, we continue with the show. This is Starr Radio UK. And this is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London.
This is Starr Radio UK.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse. Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Pram, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Pram Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Getting onto the property ladder has never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour show on Starr Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agents, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour show is your best source into the property industry.
Tune in to On Point here on Starr Radio UK with Empress Regina every Monday at 5 p.m. GMT. Looking forward to your company.
Everywhere you go, Afrobeat reggae dancehall taking over. Everywhere you go, Afrobeat reggae dancehall taking over. Yo, what's up, people? This is a boy Raskin Bobo One. Tune in every day, every night at the Starr Radio UK with the big man them Archie. When I say order, you say fire.
Welcome back to the program. This is Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Bringing the time now to 11:43. And let me just announce the line open so that we can just go on and on and on and on. And if you want to also venture in, feel free to do so as well. Call us via Teams, and our team ID is Starr Radio UK. Starr Radio UK. Look for us, and you'll be able to phone in. However, you can also post your comments on the platforms that we are broadcasting on as attack if it did hit, and then we will acknowledge you there as well. Massive good morning once again to you. This is Starr Radio UK. This is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Let me say good morning to Alex, the Zongo man himself as well. Alex, I hope you are doing very, very well as well. Okay, so now we're going to be plodding on. Wherever you are. Don't even think of touching the dial. Starr Radio UK. Okay, so kicking off from home here in the UK, Let's look at what is happening. Well, with the Iran-US-Israel war going on, and with everything that is happening, pushing prices of energy up, and therefore directly or indirectly affecting all walks of life, virtually pushing the cost of living up. Well, energy bill help will be based on household income. Steve Reeves, the Chancellor of the Exchequer, what did I say, Steve? Rachel Reeves, the Chancellor of the Exchequer, has said the government support with energy bills pushed up by the Iran war will be based on household income. The Chancellor has said, as he hinted, help might come, but not until autumn. Now, wholesale oil and gas prices have soared over the past month, with supply from the Middle East severely disrupted. Now, while some home energy bills are set to fall between April and June and the off-jumps price cap, there is likely to be a big jump after that. Now, Richard Reeves said it was too early to say exactly who will get help, adding that demand for energy is low in summer but starts rising in autumn. But she refused to promise any immediate support for drivers, emphasizing the need to keep the public finances under control. Now, last week, Reeves confirmed that any help with gas and electricity bill will be targeted at those who need it most, rather than the universal support that was rolled out by Liz Truss's government in 2022. In an interview, she said, I want to learn the lessons of the past because when Russia invaded Ukraine, the richest, the best of third of households got more than a third of the support. That makes no sense at all. Now, Reeves acknowledged that gas usage will go up in the autumn when Ofgem's current price cap for households in England, Scotland, and Wales expires. The next price cap is yet to be announced, but is expected to increase significantly. Now, from July to September, gas usage, especially by families and pensioners, is the lowest of any months of the year because it is the summer months, she said. Now, when asked if support could go beyond people who receive benefit, Reeves said, we're looking at ways in which we can support people based on their household income. How do you think about that? Well, bringing the autumn in, I know during summertime, we don't use too much, or when the weather becomes a bit warm, we don't use too much energy. Okay, demand is a bit low because you don't turn your heaters on, and people go out. You can sit outside and you don't turn your lights on for until maybe late in the evening, and so because of the weather, so outward activities take place, and therefore it helps to bring down prices of all sorts. But come autumn, would you qualify? And the big jump that they're talking about, what percentage is it going to be? 10%, 20%, 30%, 50%? With the prices of crude just going boom, 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 boom. What do you think about all that? Ladies and gentlemen, this is Starr Radio UK, and this is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Let's move on because we already pressed wait time. We're going straight to other parts of the world to look at the stories making the rounds there. So kicking off from the US once again. Let me take this opportunity to say good morning to my baby sister Delta. I hope you are doing very well, girl. How is mom and everybody? Hope you are doing good. Now, President Donald Trump has said he plans to attend the U.S. Supreme Court argument on Wednesday, that's today, on whether the U.S. should end its long-standing right to citizenship for anyone born in the country. On his first day back in office, he ordered an end to automatic or birthright citizenship for babies born to parents who are in the country illegally or temporarily. His executive order faced immediate opposition from those who said it went against the Constitution's amendment that grants citizenship to anyone born in U.S. territory. The Trump administration says the order will combat significant threats to national security and public safety. A decision is expected in the summer. The January 2025 executive order is part of Trump's effort to reform the nation's immigration system, a cornerstone of his second-term agenda. If he does attend the court, it is believed it will be the first time a sitting president attends oral argument there. It will also point to the importance he sees in this change becoming law. I'm going, Trump told reporters in the Oval Office on Tuesday, because I have listened to this argument for so long. Opponents of his executive order, including more than a dozen states and 5 pregnant women, quickly filed lawsuits that challenged its legality under the 14th Amendment. That amendment was added to the U.S. Constitution after the Civil War, partly to guarantee citizenship for former slaves. Now, federal judges in 3 U.S. states temporarily blocked Trump's order by issuing nationwide injunctions. Although months away, the decision will reflect both how the 6 conservative and 3 liberal justices view Trump's immigration policies and the reach of the presidential power. Now, most legal scholars have said the president does not have the power to change the law with an executive order. Well, I will see. If he appointed most of these judges there, and the conservatives, knowing that most of them told the line of Trump, what is going to happen? And at what point are they saying that they are ending right to citizenship by birth or birthright citizenship? Well, we'll be following very, very closely. But we hope to see him at the court or in the court this morning in the U.S. Okay. And then interestingly there as well, so Trump, a U.S. judge has temporarily halted President Donald Trump's White House ballroom construction project, ruling that proper procedures were not followed before the project began. But he says he's going to build them a very, very beautiful, so nice that nobody has seen it before. Nothing on earth can actually be compared to that. The decision comes after the White House was sued by the National Trust for Historic Preservation. Now, unless and until Congress blesses this project through statutory authorization, construction has to stop, said Judge Richard Leon in the ruling with a number of exclamation points. Trump vowed to appeal and disputed the judges' finding that Congress must approve the ballroom. He added that the current setup is inadequate to host world dignitaries such as King Charles III, who will visit Washington next month. That's what I did. And I didn't think that by next month, if it's all green, are they going to be getting that done before that? Well, ladies and gentlemen, Starr Radio UK, when you are telling us to go and drill our own oil, go and get our own oil, well. Ladies and gentlemen, Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Wow. It's a story that I've seen, but it's a very sad one. Now, 4 astronauts are about to become the most closely watched crew since Apollo. They will be the first in many, more than 50 years, to orbit the moon, testing the path back for the next generation. The crews include NASA astronaut commander Reed Wiseman, Victor Glover, and Christina Koch, along with Jeremy Hansen of the Canadian Space Agency. Not only are they accomplished pilots, engineers, and scientists, they are also spouses and parents balancing a heroic adventure against the risks they and their loved ones will face. Well, I wouldn't have time to be looking at them individually, but I can tell you that it's going to be quite an interesting trip. We have, let me bring that your way. Reed Wiseman, who is a commander He was a commander. He's 50 years old. He's an American. His background is a Navy veteran. He's his astronaut experience. He's been an astronaut experience for 16 years and space experience 6 months. And then we have Christina Koch, who is missions specialist. Now, she's 47 years. She's an American role mission specialist, background electrical engineer, and she's had an astronaut experience for 12 years, space experience 1 year. Okay. She was with Jessica Meir for their first spacewalk together. Remember when okay. Jeremy Hansen is the mission specialist. Now he is 50. He's a Canadian. His role is a specialist. Background: a fighter pilot, and his astronaut experience has been 16 years. He's not had any space experience yet. It's going to be the first time going to space. And then the last one, but not the least, Victor J. Glover is a pilot. And he's 49. He's American. His role is as a pilot. His background as a former test pilot and astronaut experience 12 years. He's been in space for 6 months as well. Experience in space 6 months. So, well, that is what is going to happen there. We hope to see what they will achieve, and we wish them all the best. As everything takes along nicely, and tonight they will be taking off to the moon or to space, as we normally will say. Ladies and gentlemen, Starr Radio UK. In other stories making the round this morning, okay. Let me touch on this one. Now, police are trying to reach a gang control area in central Haiti, where at least 16 people have been killed in a series of attacks over the weekend. Now, while so far only 16 fatalities have been confirmed by police, a local journalist spoke of around 20 dead. Now, while one human rights group warned that the number of fatalities could be as high as 70, local rights activities said Grand Grief Gang, one of Haiti's most feared criminal organizations, was behind the deadly attacks, which they said had caused 6,000 people to flee. Now, gang violence has ravaged the Caribbean country for years, and the multinational police force sent to contain it has struggled to enter areas where gangs hold sways. The residents of the rural area, John Dennis, near the town of Petit Riviere, the Aribonite, said that a first attack took place in the early hours of Sunday. They told Haitian news site Le Noveliste that gang members had arrived from all directions, setting houses alight and shooting at those fleeing from the flames. The survivors described finding bodies strewn on the road the next morning. A second deadly attack reportedly occurred on Monday. So far, 16 bodies have been taken to nearby mosques, but with gang members still roaming the area, many locals are too afraid to collect the remains of those killed. Now, the issue here, once again, is how do we crack? And it shows how evil human beings can be. Because what do you want? Setting people's houses on fire, and as they flee from the blaze, then you shoot them dead? What do you want from them? Do you want to take their money? Why don't you go there and say, give me your money, or take some of their properties? But to burn and do that, what is that? It's wickedness. But well, ladies and gentlemen, this is Starr Radio UK. Is there anything like legal wickedness? It's now a minute to 12, and it is the Wednesday edition of the morning show. I'll try to make sure that I go through all the stories before we bring the program to a close. A Russian military plane has crashed in the occupied Ukrainian peninsula of Crimea, killing 29 people on board. The Russian Defense Ministry said wreckage of an the AN-26 aircraft was found on Tuesday after the plane lost contact with authorities during a routine flight, according to the ministry. It blamed the technical failure and reported no external damage to the aircraft, implying that missiles, drones, or birds are not suspected of causing the crash. The 7 crew members and 23 passengers had been on board as it flew over the Ukraine's Crimean Peninsula, which Russia illegally annexed in 2014. Russian investigative committee confirmed the crash and said it had opened an inquiry into a flight safety violation. The news agency TASS reported that communications with the plane was lost at about 18 hours local time on Tuesday, and the wreckage was found following a search and rescue efforts. Ukraine has not commented on the crash. Well, the AN-26 is a Soviet-era aircraft mainly used in military capacity to transport heavy cargo and smaller numbers of passengers over a short to medium distance. It is manufactured by the Ukrainian aerospace company Antonov. The planes have been used since the late 1960s and have been involved in several deadly crashes. So are they going to be taking it off or making it unairworthy, or are they going to up their games? Well, this all come your way from Starr Radio UK, say Europe, as we try to bring you one other story from there. Okay, let's move on. In Asia, now with the war that is ongoing, the Iran, America, Israel war going on, as the war in the Middle East enters its second month, choking the world's energy supply and sending oil prices soaring, China is trying to step in as a peacemaker. It comes as President Donald Trump says U.S. military action in Iran could end in 2 to 3 weeks. But there's no clear sense yet of how that will happen or what comes after that. Now, China joins Pakistan, which has emerged as an unlikely mediator in the U.S.-Israel war against Iran. Officials in Beijing and Islamabad have presented a five-point plan with the aim of bringing about a ceasefire and reopening the vital Strait of Hormuz. Now, Pakistan, which has been a U.S. ally in the past, seems to have won over Trump to mediate the conflict. Now, Beijing, however, is entering the fray as a rival to Washington ahead of crucial trade talks between Chinese leader Xi Jinping and Trump next month. Now, China's backing on this is very important, says Zhu Yangbiu, the Middle East expert and director of the Center for Afghanistan Studies at Lanzhou University. Morally, politically, and diplomatically, China is providing comprehensive support with the hope that Pakistan can play a more distinctive role. It is also a turnaround for Beijing, whose official response to the war has so far been quite muted. So, why is China stepping in now? That's the question on the lips of most people. The peace plan was drafted after Pakistan's foreign minister flew to Beijing to ask for Chinese support for the country's effort to negotiate an end to this conflict. His efforts appear to have worked. China's foreign ministry said the two were making new efforts towards advocating for peace. The joint statement agreed that dialogue and diplomacy were the only viable option to resolve conflicts, and it called it for waterways, including the blockaded strait, to be protected. It is not just about oil, although that will be a concern. China, the biggest importer of crude oil in the world, has enough stockpile to get it through the next few months. And Beijing will likely have decided to play the role of peacemaker because the war in Iran jeopardizes something Xi covets: stability. China needs a stable global economy as it's heavily reliant on selling goods around the world as it tries to revive an ailing domestic economy. Because if fuel prices are up and stuff like that. Shipment of everything bump up, and therefore prices goes beyond what people can afford. And people who were buying all stuff from China or ordering will now have a problem with that. So, what do you think about that? Well, there are already fears that China's industrial heartland, which serves as the factory of the world, will be impacted in the long term if the crisis continues. Paying a higher price for oil affects the whole supply chain, from the plastic needed to make toys and games, to the raw materials for modern synthetic fabrics, to the hundreds of components that go into phones, electric cars, and semiconductors. So we see what happens. Will China be able to play a peacemaker in this war? Well, will America say, Trump say, yeah, no, we're not going to be listening to you, because we've been listening to you. It's like somehow you've had power over us. But well, ladies and gentlemen, this is Starr Radio UK. The earlier this war ends, the better, somebody say, for all of us. Right? Good. Now, President Donald Trump has said he is strongly considering pulling out of NATO, according to an interview he gave the Telegraph, and says U.S. military action in Iran could end in 2 to 3 weeks. Meanwhile, Prime Minister Keir Starmer, the UK, has said that the UK will host meetings with dozens of countries this week on the Strait of Hormuz. The Iranian President Masoud Pezeshkian says Tehran has the necessary will to end the war, provided its enemies guarantee it will not flare up again. So they want to end the war, but provided you won't come tomorrow and say, yes, let's get on it again. He says, I feel like I've been in the purgatory for a month. I'm so tired of the war. A man in his 20s from Tehran said. Now, oil prices fell back below $100 at 75 pounds per barrel, following the comments from the US and Iranian president. And the UK Airlines trade body says they are currently seeing disruption to jet fuel supply. Now, strikes between Israel and Iran continue, and Iran is also attacking its Gulf neighbors. Meanwhile, pictures from Lebanon shows major damage to buildings as Israel continues striking them. Let me say good morning or good afternoon to Kojo D and Brother Felix all the way in Aberdeen. Hope you guys are all doing very, very well. It's quite an interesting time that we are living in. But the Australian Prime Minister said that even if the war ends today, the shocks is going to last months. Now, Australia's Prime Minister has warned the economic shock from the war involving Iran will be with us for months as he delivered a rare televised address to the nation. Speaking on Wednesday, Anthony Albanese said the conflict had driven the biggest spike in petrol and diesel prices in history, and households were already feeling the strain. Australia is not an active participant in the war, but all Australians are paying higher prices because of it, they added. Now, addresses of this kind have been used to moments of international importance last seen in the country during the COVID pandemic and before the 2008 financial crisis. Well, so being forewarned is being forearmed that, look, hard times are ahead. But what do you think is going to happen there? Ladies and gentlemen, this is Starr Radio UK, and it's your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Okay, we move on to the African front. Nigeria's High Commission in South Africa has urged its citizens there to be cautious following an anti-illegal immigration protest in Eastern Cape province that turned violent. On Monday, activists were holding a peaceful march in the port city of Kugombo, formerly East London, but disorder erupted after a protester said he was attacked by a foreigner, prompting demonstrators to damage several vehicles and shops. The trouble came amid tensions over the recent installation of a Nigerian community leader in the city, who has a traditional title that can be translated as King of the Igbo people in East London. Some South Africans in the local area saw this as an attempt to grab political power. Now, traditional leader Zanti Sikawu, who was present at Monday's march, said Broadcaster Newsroom Africa, the installation ceremony, had left local chiefs feeling undermined as the area was the territory of Zozas. South Africa is home to about 2.4 million migrants, just less than 4% of the population, according to official figures. Now, most come from neighboring countries such as Lesotho, Zimbabwe, Mozambique, which have a history of providing migrants labor to their wealthy neighbor. A small number come from Nigeria. Xenophobia has been an issue in South Africa, which has been accompanied by occasional outbursts of deadly violence and anti-migrant sentiments, has become a key political talking point. The South African authorities, including Kugombo Mayor Princess Faku, condemned Monday's trouble, which saw 10 vehicles set alight and local and foreign-owned shops looted. We supported the march because it is part of the efforts of defending our sovereignty, but cannot condone violence. Violence does not solve problems. It is very sad that such an important march was turned into violence and chaos. Faku, who belongs to African National Congress, said, but there have not been any arrests at the moment. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Starr Radio UK, and this is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Still on the African front, one more from, the motorists in South Africa are voicing frustration after a sharp rise in fuel prices, even as the government introduced a temporary tax cut to ease the burden. Authorities announced a reduction of the general fuel levy by 3 rand per litre, a measure aimed at cushioning the impact of soaring global oil prices linked to the Iran war. However, the relief has done little to offset one of the steepest pump prices increases on record. In Johannesburg, drivers say the rising cost of fuel is hitting hard. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Starr Radio UK, and this is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Now, we had an issue where we had Donald Trump, the U.S. forces coming to, hit some places, saying that attacking terrorists there who were alleged to have been killing Christians. Senator has revealed that they know the Nigerian officials who are behind the Christian killings. The United States Senator Ted Cruz has alleged that American authorities have identified Nigerian officials responsible for enabling attacks on Christians, warning that such individuals could face sanctions. The lawmaker made the claim on Tuesday while reacting to recent killings in Plateau State. His comment followed a deadly assault on community in Jos North that left several people dead. In a post on X, Cruz said Nigerian government officials have created an environment in which Christians are routinely persecuted and slaughtered by imposing Sharia law and looking the other way at violence. Now, those officials should know that the U.S. knows who they are and has the tools to hold them accountable. His statement has added fresh international attention to the security situation of parts of Nigeria, especially in the Middle Belt region, where communal and religious tensions have persisted for years. So what do you think? I remember during the COVID time where we had one, I've forgotten the name. If Yomi is listening to me, he'll be able to tell me that. Where we had one, what was it? We had one, is it a cleric? It's not a cleric. No. A Nigerian person who said he could tell politicians who were pushing and using these, is it headsmen, menace, terrorists, bringing them to various places and communities, transporting them, flying them up and down. The next moment we heard that he was dead as well. Well, what do you think about all that? This is all coming away from Starr Radio UK. Now, one final one from Nigeria, and then we come to Ghana. We can bring the program to a close there. The Federal High Court in Kaduna on Tuesday postponed the hearing of former Kaduna State Governor Nasir El-Rufai bail application until Wednesday, prompting ICPC agent to take him back into custody after proceedings. The Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission reportedly released Mr. El-Rufai, who is facing corruption charges before the court from custody on Friday on compassionate grounds following his mother's passing. The ICPC arraigned him and his co-defendant on 10 corruption charges on the 24th of March. Trial Judge Ridwan Aikawa then said today, that was yesterday, for the hearing of defendant bail application and ordered the two defendants to be remanded in ICPC custody pending the hearing. However, on Friday, 4 days before the court return date, the ICPC chose to temporarily release the former governor so he could attend his mother's funeral. Now, many lawyers and other members of the public criticized the ICPC for the gesture, which they believe to be a preferential treatment in favor of a member of the elite class and disregarded for the court's remand order. So, court says remand the person. The ICC says let him go, and then let him go attend to his mother's funeral. Well, ladies and gentlemen, what is good for the goods must be good for the ganders as well, right? Starr Radio UK. Let's bring you one story more, and then we will bring the whole program to a close. And this time round, trying to bring you something from Ghana. Let's touch on this. Bembuachi, Executive Director of the African Center for Energy Policy, (ESEP), has called on government and industry to incentivize in-country fuel storage and strategic reserves to cushion Ghana's economy from shocks like recent international conflicts and rising pump prices. Speaking on a radio show, he showed significant heights on local fuel prices, with petrol now selling at 13.30 Ghana cedis per litre, and diesel at 17.10 per litre at major stations. But he stressed that government current stocks levels may not be sufficient to withstand prolonged import disruption. We are over-tanked. We are over-tanked, but we don't have enough product at all times, he said, arguing that while private depots can hold 3 to 4 weeks cover depending on local production and imports, the country still lacks a reliable strategic buffer. Now, fuel prices in Ghana have surged sharply in recent weeks following revisions to the National Petroleum Authority pricing floors for the April 1 to 15 window, a move linked to global crude price volatility and cedi depreciation. The price floor changes have set petrol and diesel at their highest benchmark levels in recent memory. A trend industry watchers partly attribute to uncertainty caused by the geopolitical tensions in the Middle East involving the United States, Israel, and Iran. And the current pricing rules, international crude prices movement tends to be passed through to local consumers unless the government intervenes. That makes stable supply and stockpile a key buffer against sudden global shocks. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Starr Radio UK. But the question is Starr still refining oil, and it's at what capacity? At what capacity? At what capacity? Like in Nigeria, where there was this sabotage that was going on so much so that in every government refinery linked to the state, the federal government, there is always something, and therefore they cannot produce. But you have a private entity coming in, the Dangote refineries, and then everything is taken along perfectly. So why are we enemies to ourselves? We'll cut our noses to spite our face. Make sure that our bellies are full. and other people go, or majority of people go hungry? Well, ladies and gentlemen, Starr Radio, okay. I'm going to be running up soon. Let me bring you this, and then we go. A founding member of the New Patriotic Party, Dr. Nyaho Tamaklo, has disputed claims that former President Jerry John Rawlings died from COVID-19. He has thereby outlined reasons he believes point to different causes of death. Speaking exclusively to a news website, Ghana Web, Dr. Nyaho Tamaklo said information available to him contradicts the widely held belief that Rawlings died of the virus. Now, Land Chair Martin resigned at the wrong time, Dr. Nyaho Tamaklo said. He explained that the checks he made, including with a relative of the late former president, suggested otherwise, noting that J.J. Rawlings allegedly tested negative for COVID-19 on 2 occasions. Now, firstly, the impression we were given as a public was that Rawlings died of COVID-19. I cross-checked it with my own cousin, his own cousin too, Michael Susudis. May he rest in peace. And it was a lie. He had 2 tests and they came out negative, as I have stated in the book. That's point number 1, he said. He further argued that given Rawlings' stature as a former head of state, an autopsy should have been conducted to determine the exact cause of his death. Dr. Nyaho Tamaklo questioned why no such report had been made public, stressing that procedures such as chemical pathology could have provided clear answers if they were carried out. A man of Rawlings' caliber and level, a former president, cannot die without an autopsy being done, and I have said if an autopsy had been done, they should bring it out. It's getting to 1 year now, and nobody has come forward. The autopsy can tell us exactly what killed Jerry John Rawlings, especially if they do what we call chemical pathology. All these things, if they have done them, that could or should come forward. He did. The former diplomat also raised concerns about events that reportedly took place in the Kolebu Teaching Hospital around the time of Jerry John Rawlings' death. According to him, information he received indicated that some nurses who attended to the former president allegedly disappeared shortly after his passing and were reportedly taken out of the country. He called on these nurses to come forward if they are available. Thirdly, from what I was told by my cousin Michael Susudis, may he rest in peace, 5 nurses who were looking after Jerry Rawlings, Kolebu, the moment he passed away, they all disappeared. They were taken out of the country. The nurses disappeared. If the nurses are around, he said that. In addition, he made claims involving 2 military officers whom he said he knows personally. While withholding their identities, he alleged that the officers reportedly met shortly after Rawlings' death and made remarks suggesting a complete mission. He said these concerns have informed his call for a full investigation. Will the government hack into that? Will the family of former President Jerry Rawlings hack into that? Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is 12:23, and this is where I have to bring the program to a close for today. I'll be seeing you all tomorrow, God willing, if we are still alive. But until then, I say God bless you and have a wonderful day. See you later. Bye-bye for now. I'm out like that.
I'm May Queen, and something powerful is landing on the 1st of March 2026. The Make You Lounge, where faith meets vibe, where culture meets conversation, and where creativity meets purpose. Broadcasting live from London with strong diaspora root from the Make You Lounge every Sunday, 7 p.m. on Starr Radio UK. This isn't just a radio show, it is a movement. So lock it in, tell a friend, pull up to the lounge, because in the May Queen Lounge, we build legacy while we vibe. See you Sunday at 7 p.m.
Call the studio now.
for listening.